profitably. Who's ready? 1, 2, 3, let's go!
Yes, people, what is going on? Welcome back. 247, the podcast. Episode 3, which is quite funny because 3 rhymes with me. And looking around, there's nobody here. It is just me, sat in a field by the transporter bridge. There's a reason. Not a reason I'm on my own. There's a reason I'm in this field. So Mark is actually busy today. And just to give you a little indication about the way this podcast is going, not every episode is going to be an interview with guests. There's also going to be ones with me and Mark, or just me, or just Mark, where if we've got something we need to talk about, this is the platform we use it for. And that's what we're doing today. The reason I'm in this field is because just over a week ago, on Saturday the 20th of July, this whole field looked a lot different. I'm on the home or the grounds of Colourclash this year in Newport. Both myself and Mark were here. I was playing at the event. We came to speak to some people, do some networking, take some pictures, and it was an absolutely insane day. So just to recap on that, I'm here. I thought I'd come back now. It's all been cleared away. There's been lines drawn on the football pitches. It looks good, in all honesty, and I've got a story to tell. So that is why we are here. Mark sends his apologies. He's very busy today, but the show must go on. This is episode 3. We have seen 2 interviews so far, as I said. Rico kicked us off in episode 1, Elro in episode 2. Both amazing interviews. If you haven't seen them, go back and listen. Go back and watch the videos. We are spreading out as well. We're on Spotify. We're on YouTube. We've got a page on Facebook. We've got TikTok. We've got Instagram. We've even got a Twitter account, or X. But I don't think we've used it yet. But whatever you're not following on, please give us a follow. It does help, especially with the podcast being so new. So yeah, we are here today for Colourclash. Just making sure I'm in focus. Okay, so we are here to talk about Colourclash. So that's where we're going to begin. Colourclash. Colourclash. I had a text the week of it when they send the set times out, asking if I could play twice. First of all, on the switch-up stage, which was just over in this corner by here, just behind the camera. After that, I was on the main stage. So switch-up, before we get into that, I want to say a massive shout-out to Theo, Rowdy TT and Super Darkers. Everything I've seen online about them doing switch-up events has been insane. They are absolutely killing it. Still not booked me to perform there yet, but they are killing it. The events are sick. So I had a message asking if I minded playing on the switch-up stage. Of course, it was an honour to open that stage. I asked what I should play, because I know they play a lot of drum and bass, a lot of sort of garagey 140 stuff, which for me is absolutely fine. The message I got was garage and bassline, which again, perfect. If I could have picked any genres to play on that stage, it would have been that. Also got to dip into the old crates, find some dubs that I haven't played in a while. We went everywhere. We went from Super Darkers to Skepta. Very across the board. We touched in some old school classics, some instrumentals, and I only played for an hour, but it was sick. It was good as well, because I started at 12, which is when the festival started. So people were coming in as I was starting. So obviously we started off playing to nobody, apart from a few of the switch-up guys who were around. And then by the time I finished after an hour, it was good to see the crowd build up. So that was good. We finished on there then. And that was the only time, I believe, both myself and Mark went to the switch-up stage, which is a shame, because beforehand we said we were going to go. They had local there. They had concept with the switch-up guys doing like a back-to-back with Super Darkers. They had everyone. They even had Shy FX closing that stage. So it was mad really to think that I opened the stage up that Shy FX closed, which is insane. But that's one of the... I can hear somebody. That's the glory of Colourclash, I guess. So you never know what's going to happen on these days, which is why it's one of my favourite days in the calendar when it comes to DJing. Absolutely amazing day. Also, I'm just going to take a step away from this video. I've got something that is really annoying me, and I just want to talk about it. It's nothing to do with Colourclash, but the one thing that annoys me... Actually, no, it's not something that annoys me. It's a question I need to ask. What language do I need to learn to understand how to speak the language that kids speak? Because, like, where do kids pick up this language? Because one minute they're talking about skibbity toilet, and the next day there's Sigma, and then next is like Ohio Riz. And like, I've got children, so I hear this all the time. Where do I go to translate what they're saying? Is there an app that they speak into and it translates what they're saying? Like, how do I get to the bottom of this? Because I say something to them that I heard 2 weeks ago and they're like, oh, we don't say that anymore. How am I meant to know that? Like, where's the memo? Where does the language get updated? What is this skibbity toilet Sigma Riz? I know Riz actually. Riz is like game, isn't it? Like if you flirt with someone, you're rizzing them up. That's one thing I picked up. But I don't know what Ohio Riz is. Like where does this language come from? Who made this language? Someone let me know, because I need some help with it. Anyway, back to Colourclash. So after that, as I said, we left the switch up stage. I think it was about 1:10. Finished at 1, packed up, said goodbye to the boys and stuff, shook some hands. Then we headed over to the main stage where there was a person on, I can't remember his name off the top of my head and it's going to sound really bad, but it was a DJ on. After him, it was my turn. So he finished up. There was no host this year at Colourclash, which is probably the first time since I've been doing it that I can remember there hasn't been anybody. It's always been local or Fernquest. Wasn't anyone this year. The person who was on before me was playing house music. The crowd were okay, but I thought, there's no interaction. He's playing music, he's playing good songs, the crowd are liking it, but let's just try and drag them all in. So first thing I did before I played a song was jump on the microphone. Basically just said, we're about to get this party started, everyone move forward. And then a little crowd started to form. It was getting bigger and growing, so it was good. No complaints over that. I started off actually playing some reggae and bashment. Played like Murder, She Wrote and some of those songs, just, you know, the sing-along ones that everybody knows. Because we are in Newport at the end of the day. After that, I finished my set and it went very well. And then we went straight into the first performance of the day on the main stage, which was Merkage, another Newport boy. If you don't know his Mary Jane song, check it out because it is doing absolutely crazy numbers. But he came on, he had a 20-minute set as his DJ. I DJ'd his set as well, so I stayed on for 20 minutes after my set to DJ for Merkage's set, which again was crazy. He finished with some new songs. He did his Band for Band remix, the Central C one, and then he finished with Mary Jane, which obviously is a huge track, especially in Newport. It was crazy to see the people singing along to it. This was the first time I realised they installed flames and like CO2 cannons on the stage. Because when the crowd were going crazy, these were going off and like it got so hot. It started to rain, but the temperature from the flames warmed it up. But even though it was raining, people just didn't care. It didn't stop anyone. The party still went on. It was such a good day overall. Like, there's nothing I would change about the whole thing. I'm forgetting one little detail. When we first got there, we parked on the main road, which is just behind me here. But then they were saying everyone's car's being told you can't park there. There's an artist car park. So we moved the car. Then when we came back, we got greeted by, I guess it's like the main stage host, someone who works for Colourclash. She was actually covering for Jay, who was ill on the day. Literally anything we needed, she would go grab it for us. If we needed a bottle of water, she had them. She had cans of Pepsi Max. There was a car full of alcohol. There was a whole bar there, but neither of us were drinking, so it was just soft drinks. But honestly, I can't praise this pit girl enough. Probably should have remembered her name, but again, I don't. But she was very friendly. So Colourclash, well done to the staff. They made the day basically. So yeah, we got checked in and stuff. We got shown around. This is the switch up stage. This is the main stage. So we knew we had a feel for the site. After that, Merkage's set finished. And after him, Badger was on. If you don't know about Badger, check him out because he is insane. The set he played, insane. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And then there were some more DJs on after him, I believe. I can't remember the full order of it all. At this point, I was like, okay, well, we're done now. You know, music-wise, that's it. So let's put the laptop away, get the cameras out, see what we can do. This whole time Mark was taking pictures. He's got some bangers as well, which I will show you on this video. So then I thought, okay, well, we're done now, so let's just enjoy ourselves. We actually went to get some food. There were loads of different food vendors. I bought a burger and chips, and I think it was about £15. Mark bought chicken curry and chips, and it was a square thing of chips, had some curry sauce on it, and I think he had one little piece of chicken. It was actually funny because he was not happy about the amount of chicken in his chicken curry. If it was just curry and chips, fair enough, but because the chicken was advertised, there should have been chicken. So yeah, we had some food and we chilled, and then it was getting to the time of the day where all the sort of warm-up acts finish and the main acts start arriving. So when I say main act, in the middle of the day, it was people like Sweet Female Attitude, Oxide and Neutrino, DJ Luck and MC Neat, M.R. This was like the middle part of the day. So these people were starting to arrive. There's a lady picking up dog poo. I'm just waiting until she goes. The dog's run off. She's just picking up the poop. I'll take a picture of you. think the coast is clear. Yeah, so the main morning part of the sort of first bits of a show was done. Let's say we split the whole Colourclash into 3. So we've got the start off bits, the warm-ups, then we've got the main chunk in the middle, and then we've got the headliners at the end. So the headliners on the main stage were Ardy. He was, I think, the main one. He was on last. Before him it was Mist. Ben Nicky was on there as well. He actually had 2 appearances. He was on the main stage and in the Misfits tent, which was just over by there. You can see the markings on the floor where the grass is a little discoloured in a tent shape. So yeah, we'll split the day into 3 days. So the first part was done now, and Mark, one of the people who arranges it all, big shout out to Mark, always very accommodating as well. Will go out of his way to help you if he can. He came over and he said, who was it? Oxide and Neutrino or Luck and Eat? One of them, I think it was Oxide and Neutrino, because they were on first, were running late. So basically they had half hour to fill. They were going to swap Oxide and Neutrino with Sweet Female Attitude, I believe, but there was still a gap that needed to be filled. So he's like, do you want to go back on? Of course I do. Yes. I wanted to be on that stage the whole day. So we went back on, and at this point I was backstage talking to Super Darkers. And me and him obviously used to go way back and do things in Revs, and you know, he's hosted for me a million times. So when we do a set together, we just know, you know, he knows what I'm doing, I know what he's doing, and it just kind of works. So if it's just like instrumentals and stuff, perfect. I went back on, I gave him the nod, he came up and grabbed the mic, and we did an extra, I think about 15 minutes or so, just sort of getting the crowd hyped up again. By this point it was obviously busier because more time had passed, more people had come in, so the crowd was bigger again. They were still doing the cannons and stuff. They were advertising the Malta weekend, which is coming up. Check out the Colourclash Instagram if you don't know about that. It's going to be huge. And then for the second half of our half-hour set, Merkage came back on with people like ABM, Binky. They all came on the stage, and it kind of turned into a little Sidewinder set.
So with all that being said, let's get back over to madness. DJ E, run this thing right now.
I was just playing instrumentals and sort of beats that people knew, and then we just had different people sort of hosting. I wouldn't say straight MCing, like it wasn't like angry MCing like you would expect at Sidewinder, but they were spitting, but not, it was flowing, it was bubbly, you know, the crowd liked it, it went down well. I think as well at Colourclash, when you've got people on the stage with a microphone, it just helps. Like, going slightly off topic, I went to Reggae and Rhythm Festival in Newport last weekend, and Mark was there for the 3 days, so I think he's going to talk about that soon to you guys. But Shawnee B was the headline on Friday night, and he started playing his first song, walked to the front of the stage with a microphone and just interacted. So even though he's a DJ, the way he just grabbed that stage and, you know, his stage presence, hats off to him. He absolutely smashed it.
Yeah. Let's make sure so everything is good to go. Cool. What's going on, Newport? Could you turn up the mic on the stage, please? Can I get some more mic in the monitors on the stage? More mic in the monitors on the stage. Check. 1, 2, a little bit more, please. And a little bit more, and we're good to go. Let me empty my pockets. What's going on, Newport? What's going on, Newport? What's going on, Newport? Big up the people in the VIP that have got the tables and the chairs. This is the way you do a brunch. Is the food good? Has the food been good? Has the drinks been better? Big up my people in the general admission. My name is Shawnee B. How we feeling, Newport? This is a Reggae Rhythm Festival, and if you love reggae music, can I see your hands up in the air right now, please? Let's just kick it off like this, nice and easy.
So that kind of thing at Colourclash works. I think people just want, they obviously like their music and they like DJs, but to be on the microphone and be walking around the stage, or if you have an MC with you, I think it just adds so much more. So that worked really well. And then after us, Sweet Female Attitude went on. I think it's Leanne, her DJ came and took over, and she started singing, which again was amazing.
Is there a bin, my love, I can put this?
I've not seen one anywhere, no.
I think they'd have bins for it.
Yeah,
Especially if people come over with their dogs.
it would make sense. There should be some, even if it's on the way in or
We've
something.
had, like one here. There's only even over.
Oh, that might be one over there. Is that a blue one over that way? See by the tractor thing? Yeah, there's not one very
I want
close.
to go somewhere else. I don't particularly want to take this one.
I mean, I'm not going to say hide it in a bush, but
My phone in the office, I only work up there. And I only had 2 minutes to take it for a quick wee and get down here before the last transport manager went, so I was lucky to catch him. I thought I'd go somewhere else now. I guess soon go somewhere for food.
nice.
What you got? Let's play baseball here.
Yeah, it's changed a lot, hasn't it?
Yeah, my mum was born, my grandfather was born by the bridge, 1911. My mother was born Alexandra Road, round by there.
Yeah.
So this was her area.
Ah, okay.
And then it's weird, I played baseball here then.
Okay, so back to the video. Don't know if you heard much of that conversation, but this used to be a baseball field, and that lady used to play baseball on it. Her parents were born in 1911, I think she said, just on the other side of a bridge. And that is it. It's a nice day. We're going to be friendly. Her dog is still here eating a stick. So she's left her dog. Right, back to the story. Where was I? Oh yeah, so we did the half-hour set. That finished. Sweet Female Attitude came on. And just the nostalgia of, obviously, when I DJ and I play old school garage, I play the songs. But just hearing them live, and just that element of live is just so good. I was kind of glad because the lineup was a bit different this year. Normally they have like a rewind tent, which they didn't. Everybody was on the main stage by the sound of it. So Oxide Neutrino, DJ Luck and MC Neat, Sweet Female Attitude, they could all potentially be considered as rewind artists. So it was good to have them on the main stage. DJ Luck and MC Neat arrived, Oxide and Neutrino arrived, they all did their sets. Got some amazing pictures of all of these acts that I'm mentioning, so I'm going to throw those on the screen as we're talking. Most of them taken by Mark, I will add. He's taken some bangers, to be fair. His photography he's elevating and elevating. It's insane, the pictures he's getting at the moment. After that, M.R. arrived. He was with Mr. Bibbs, another DJ I know very well from Cardiff. His set went insane. Ever since that Turn Red song, he's gone clear. His set, the energy, like people were singing every single word. I went on the stage for his set and took some pictures, and the energy was crazy. Also backstage, he was approachable. He was speaking to everyone, mingling. He was doing TikToks with ABM Biggie. He was just doing shout outs for people and stuff, which actually reminds me, he had this to say.
Yo, it's your boy M.R. Big Bomber Class, live a boss in Amy Head. 247 podcast. Lucky. Check in. That is it.
So yeah, we were all chilling backstage, and then loads of security guards started walking in, like massive hench American football looking basketball players, like the height of a basketball player with the body of an American footballer. I don't know, I'm just trying to make out that these massive, they were big, don't get me wrong. They had like gloves on and stuff, so you knew they weren't messing around. And then walking behind them, I saw Mist. Well, I saw Mist chains. He had 2 massive chains on, the big Sick Made one, which is sick. So they all walked in and went to their little tent. They had a little area that was for them. Did not seem like they wanted to be approached, so I think everybody just left them. They were sat inside. I don't know, they might have been like planning the set or whatever, just chilling, talking. And then eventually they started coming out because it stopped raining at this point. The sun was out. It's kind of like it is now, so you don't want to be sat in the shade really. You want to be out in the sun. They were coming out. They were smoking, drinking, talking, just having a good time. They were approachable. I went over and asked for a picture with Mist. I asked him about his next fight, because obviously the Ryan Taylor fight happened not too long ago. He said he wants it, but nobody else does. Can't find anybody who wants to fight him, apparently. I said, you need to just call someone out. He was like, I have. No replies. I said, why didn't you just pick someone then, like KSI? But he was basically saying he wants to fight somebody who's got some clout or some support. He doesn't want to just fight anybody for the sake of it. It has to, mean something. Which I get. He looked very good against Ryan Taylor, I will add. So anyone who does fight, who was thinking about fighting him, is probably double taken now. But Miss was cool. Honestly, the whole lineup, everyone was there just talking and having fun. It was like, we pulled DJ Luck and MC Neat to one side because Mark wanted to do like a portrait of them. He was telling them how he grew up listening to them, and MC Neat was like, what's your name? And he told him, he's like, when I get on stage, I'm going to give you a shout out. And as soon as he went on, he touched the microphone. That was the first thing he did. It was a good day. Like, the sun was out. It was good music, good artists, people you don't normally get to see. So for Newport, it was very good. Yeah, so Mist was there. After that, Nathan Dorr arrived. Haven't spoken about Nathan Dorr in this video yet, but he was there. He had his whole team in the Nathan Dorr tracksuit kind of things that they wear. I actually played with Nathan Dorr in Vibes last year, and again, his set there was amazing. He smashed Colourclash to pieces. Very, very good set. And then RD arrived, and when he was getting there, he kind of walked in, looked at the crowd, flicked his hood over his face, and then walked into his tent. And I'll hold my hands up. The first thing I thought was, here we go. Because everybody else had been so approachable, so friendly, so talkative. He went into his tent, and no word of a lie, about 2 minutes later, his whole team came out. He came out, obviously the hood was down by now, friendly, taking pictures, talking to everybody. So the preconception I had of him from seeing him flick his hood and go in, it just disappeared. I'll hold my hands up. I was wrong. I thought he was going to be like arrogant, maybe, too big to speak to people, but he wasn't. I apologize for thinking that. It was not like that at all. He was just mingling. He obviously spoke to people like Mist and Nathan Dorr, M. Dot, and then he was speaking to everybody else. If we went up to him and asked for a picture, he would do it. Mark again did some portraits of him. Sick pictures. So overall, the whole day, it's not really the perspective of somebody who was in the crowd, because I wasn't that side of a stage. I kept it more sort of behind the scenes and just sort of went on a networking thing. I took some pictures, I spoke to people, just trying to build relationships that way really. But for me, in terms of the magnitude of the event, I guess, it just doesn't happen. Like, you just don't get that many artists on one event, especially in your hometown city. Like, I'm on the field now where they did it, and the whole day was just perfect. It was such a good day from start to finish. There's not one thing I would change, from the Colourclash staff to the food vendors. There were lots of options, the on-site parking, everybody, even the ravers. Like, it started raining at the start. They just did not care. They were up for it. So yeah, roll on next year is all I say, because it was a very good day. One question I want to ask while we're talking about Colourclash. Colourclash is obviously a very big event. Lots of people go to it. Lots of people save up for it. Do we think, and I'm asking you now, I want to know what you guys think. Do you think nightclubs are suffering because people only go to big events? Because nightclubs seem to be having a lot less footfall through it. The numbers are down. The numbers seem to be down from what I've seen. I'm just asking your guys' opinion. So do we think people drink at home more? Do we think people go out less, or only go out to select events or like big events? Or do people just not go out? Because again, I was thinking about this, and during COVID, all the clubs were shut. So everyone who turned like 18, I can always remember when you turn 18, you start going to town. You start going out. A lot of people do it before, depending on which venues you go to. But during COVID, none of that happened. So everyone who turned 18 just stayed home. And then do we think a lot of those people haven't started going to town now that the clubs are open again? Is that part of a reason that the clubs are not as busy? Or is it because there's a lot more festivals? Like, it used to be just Glastonbury, Wireless. Now there's a lot of festivals everywhere. Is that contributing to less people going to clubs? Let me know what you guys think. Add a comment. Let me know, because I'm curious. Like, it can't just be because people just don't like clubs. There has to be more to it. So what do you guys think? One other thing I want to talk about, slightly off topic. I was reading a blog today actually, and they said that when football teams announce third kits, first off, don't get me started, it used to just be home and away. Now every team has a third kit, and they have about 6 goalkeeper tops and about 22 other tops for the season. Slightly over exaggeration, but third kits, they're saying they're designed more to appeal to kids. And on this blog I was reading, they said that all football tops should be for children. So do you agree that adults should wear football tops? Are you an adult? Do you wear football tops? Is it okay for adults to wear football tops? Like, I get if you're an adult, you probably shouldn't get a football top with like the Premier League arm badges, your favourite player's name on the back. But you can. But is it, like when you grow up, should you stop even wearing football tops? Because personally, I'm an adult, apparently. I don't act like one, but I'm classed as an adult. And I wear football tops. I think it's fine for adults to wear football tops. I mean, you're showing your support to your team. So what is wrong with that? But this blog I was reading today, they were adamant that as soon as you they didn't say a specific age, but they said as soon as you become an adult, you should stop wearing football tops. I disagree. What do you guys think? Let me know. I'm interested to hear of adults' take on this. Plus, football tops are sick. Why would you not want to wear football tops? Personally, I'm always going to wear football tops. I like football tops. And they're comfy. Pair of joggers and a football top. Find me a restaurant that lets you in that and I would be happy. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. That is it for the Colourclash video, guys. I do want to say thank you for watching. I'm sorry it's been just me. Mark will be back for the next one. We may even have a guest lined up. I'm not going to say too much on it yet, because I've got a holiday in between. But if you haven't guessed by now, we are uploading every 2 weeks on a Sunday. So 2 weeks, there's going to be a new video. It's either going to be an interview, it's going to be this kind of video, or it's going to be something we haven't even introduced to you yet. But just stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you know when we're uploading. And I mentioned earlier all the social media platforms we have. Why not give us a follow? Get locked in. Join the 247 movement. But as always, thank you for watching. If you stayed this long, thank you. I know it's been boring. I'm not the most exciting person, but we move. Thank you for watching, guys. I will see you on the next one. It's been 247. I've been Lee, and I'm out.